that wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my intention. My intentions was to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Just get her up off of me to protect myself. But that wasn't supposed to happen. It really wasn't a matter of them. It really wasn't no interrogation, because they asked me the questions. For one, I was 16 years old.
Okay.
This is my first time ever getting in trouble ever in life. So I ain't know nothing about, like, it was certain things I ain't know. I didn't know that they weren't supposed to question me without my mom and them. And I had already, and mind you, I had already asked where my mom and them was at, and they kept on telling me my mom and them was downstairs. I was asking for my mom and my grandma. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see my mom and them until a couple days later.
So how'd that go? Why didn't you see them till a couple days later?
I ain't see them until they was able to visit me, because they said my crime was a high risk crime or whatever, and like that was just the way.
So
basically, that was just the way I got treated or whatever. But like while I was in there, they asked me, you know what I'm saying? They asked me my name. I told them my name. They asked me, you know what I'm saying? They basically asked me what happened. But before, okay, like back to when I broke down crying or whatever, the detective's like, he grabbed my arm or whatever, and he was like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? They saying it wasn't your fault or whatever, just let me know what happened. So that's when I got to telling him what happened, and basically everything I just said, everything I told him. I just didn't go in the details about the history of it or whatever. I just basically said from what happened
when you
while
got
we
off
was
the
at
bus.
school that day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they asked me, like, why did I stab her? And I told them, like, she maced me and I couldn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it was just me and my friend and like 18 of them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what else to do or whatever. And that's when he informed me that she had sickle cells. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what that was or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? And that's when they transported me to Juvenile and did my intake there or whatever.
At that point, you hadn't seen your mom at all?
Nope.
So they questioned you. We ain't gonna say they questioned you about the incident without your mom there. They told you she was downstairs, but you never seen her. And
never seen her.
And it was what, 4 or 5 days later after you had already
Not
been
4 or 5. I don't know how many days later, but I know it was more than 1 day later I didn't get to see my mom.
And at that time you had already been processed in Juvenile. You had already been processed.
Yep.
All right, so you processed. What was it like when you finally saw your mom? Tell me about that.
I know I was more than likely happy, but I don't even quite remember. Because like at that point, certain things in that situation was like a blur. Now I'm starting to realize like certain things I tend to blur out. You know what I'm saying? Because like most of my time down in Dayton Juvenile Center it's only a couple things I remember about that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that I had to be in the cell by myself. I do remember that. I remember that
and you're 16 at this time.
Yeah, I was 16. I remember that anytime there was a scheduled fire whatever
drill,
how they practice for fire safety,
Mm-hmm.
or even if it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, if the fire alarm just went off, just because I wasn't allowed out, I had to stay inside the building with an armed officer. I wasn't allowed to go outside for rec. I always had to stay on the unit.
And this was downtown.
Yeah, this was downtown Juvenile.
Okay.
My first time ever being locked up, and they like literally like was treating me like I was an escapee, and that I just done went on a massacre or some shit, and like that's literally how they was treating me. It's not that, because I'm about to mention that. I did get into 2 fights down there. Only, I ain't gonna say only, because you had females that was coming in there that was regulars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they coming in there feel like, okay, this is my territory, which I personally don't care, because I don't want to claim this. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is not. Right. I'm cool.
All right, you can have it.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting out, I'm already like in a place I've never been before, so I'm already standoffish, and I stay to myself. You catch me in there, I'm sitting at a table by myself. You know what I'm saying? But you got, like I said, the regulars in there, and they running their mouth, and they talking about what they done heard on the street, and blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, that, and you know what I'm saying? And they want to pop in your face, and like, you know what I'm saying? Basically trying to make you prove, you know what I'm saying? Basically was trying to make me prove I was there for what I was there for, but I'm not here. I don't want to be here for this situation. You know what I'm saying? If I was to be there, I want to be there for protecting myself. I don't want to be that, because in the news, you know what I'm saying, they are automatically, that very first day, automatically label me as a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, it was to the point where it was going across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I saw it.
Type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, so, it's a couple motherfuckers I did have to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this ain't me. I can get this way, but this, I'm not here for me being, you know, I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I'm here for protecting myself, and now you putting me back in that place that I ain't trying to go. And now that I'm in that place and I ain't trying to go, now it's like, now you got to suffer the consequences, because you the one put me back in that place I wasn't trying to be in.
What did...
So at that time,
I did... Fight.
Okay, the first fight, the girl, like, you know what I'm saying, she got mad because my grandma had baked some brownies. And because my grandma had baked some brownies for me, and they like, well, she can't be the only one to get brownies. So my grandma went home and made and brought all the rest of the brownies back down to there so everybody can have a brownie. So she like, oh, and she, you know what I'm saying, she ain't here for murder that get brownies and da-da-da-da-da, and you know what I'm saying, like, she disrespecting my granny's brownies. She disrespecting my grandma's brownies.
Man, look. Now I'm gonna have to cut my laugh out. Wait. Now I'm gonna have to cut my laugh out, man. That's like, not my mama biscuits. Not my mama biscuits.
Period. She disrespected my grandma brownies, and I had to give it to her. Like, she smushed it, poured water all on it.
What?
Like, oh yeah, she disrespected my grandma brownies.
Wait a minute. So everybody gets brownies, but she saying she was like, F that brownie. Okay, go ahead. Go on to the story. It's pressure cooker.
She disrespected my granny brownies.
That's a pressure cooker.
I took it upon myself.
Daggone.
I was throwing my stuff away or whatever, and on my way back from throwing my stuff away, I just figured I'd throw her away too. So I grabbed her and drug her to the trash can.
Tell me about the second fight.
The second time was because I was on my way to court. And for some reason, it's like when you in juvenile and you be on your way to court, they like, I don't know why they would like try to fight you on your way to court, because they figure like if they fight you on your way to court, you not gonna get out. But did you not forget what I was down here for? Like, I'm not going to get out. If I was going to get out, I would have been out.
Right.
This was like my third time going to court.
Wow. And how long had you been down there at that time?
Oh, I was down there it happened March 14th, 1996. I was down there all the way up until July sometime right there.
You had your...
I know I turned 17. I turned 17 in Scioto Village because I was turning 17 that year. So I was down there from like March. I was down there probably about 90 some days. Okay. Maybe 120.
Hardest part about being downtown?
Not being able to. The hardest part of it all, for real, was not being able to be with my mom and my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I was locked up. It was just the fact that they wasn't accessible. They weren't, I couldn't talk to them when I wanted to. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I understand what I did, and I understood the fact that I had to be there, but I just didn't understand like why I can't talk to my mom and them like I want to. You know what I'm saying? It's like my phone calls was limited, and it was just a lot. My visitations was limited. I had to do visitations by myself. I couldn't do visitation with everybody else and their parents. I had to do visitations by myself.
Was there any other girls downtown?
Yeah, the whole time.
What was your official charge?
They said because that's why I was down there.
Tell me what your official charge was.
Huh?
What was your official charge? What were your charges?
Involuntary manslaughter.
Did you know what that meant when they said that to you?
Nope.
What did you think it meant?
Because in that whole process, like, okay, because I had a public defender, but my cousin, because it was, my second trial, I had an option. I had an option to...
Wait a minute, how we get to the second trial? What about the first trial?
The first trial is just your arraignment.
Okay,
they telling you what you're getting charged with.
Gotcha.
So my second court date was basically me pleading either guilty or innocent. If I would have pled not innocent, but not guilty. If I would have pled not guilty for the charge they was trying to give me. If I would have pled not guilty, they was gonna bond me over to the adult system. Which I was for that. At 16 years old, I was for it because the only reason is because a bail's bondsman had came and already talked to me and everything. You know what I'm saying? And they said my bond had already is ready to be posted due to that hearing. So it was up to that hearing whether my cousin then was gonna post a bond and get me out. Or I can plead guilty and stay in juvenile. My mama and my grandma begged me to plead guilty. They didn't want me to get bonded over. They felt like if I got bonded over, I don't know, I guess bad things was gonna happen, or they was gonna charge me to the fullest extent and I wasn't gonna ever get out. You know what I'm saying? But me talking to my public defender, which I'm pretty sure, because I had a real good public defender, I'm pretty sure what she told me, she told my mom and them. They probably, I don't know if they was understanding what she was saying. I knew I understood what she said. You know what I'm saying? And And then by coincidence, if I would have got bonded over to the adult system, her husband was going to be my attorney.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I really felt like, and it was to a white couple, I really felt like I was in good hands. You know what I'm saying? I was in good hands. But me pleading, I went on here and I pled guilty for my mom and them. So that gave me more time to sit down there and go through another trial. So at the last trial, you know what I'm saying, is the trial that everybody else gets to talk except for me. I'm the only one that didn't get to say nothing. The only one. You know what I'm saying? The girl's mom spoke. Her sister spoke. Couple of witnesses spoke.
Do you remember how you felt? Do you remember how you felt listening to them speak?
I remember how I felt when well, matter of fact, I did get to say something. I did. Because he asked me a question. And I said, I didn't mean for her to die, but I did mean to protect myself. And her mom cleared her voice or something. And I was getting ready to turn around, but as I was turning around, I seen my mom first. And my mom gave me that look like, you better turn your motherfucking ass around because I know you about to say something fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Which I was, because I'm sitting here telling my side of the story, and like, and at that point, like, the judge was just like, okay, well, I sentenced you to a year. No, he said, I sentenced you to 18 months. This is what he said. He said, I sentenced you to 18 months. And he said 18 months and a year or something like that. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Which was, in my understanding, that I took that plea of guilty and I was only going to do 18 months.
Okay.
I did 4 years.